So the good news is that I can teach you how to draw a chair conformation quickly and correctly every time using a very easy method. Bad news is nobody else seems to be talking about this method. So, to clarify some things that I've heard other people say, when we draw chair conformations, we are trying to approximate this structure, which means that the way we draw all of the lines is going to matter quite a bit. So, the way we're going to start is we're going to draw a line. It doesn't matter what angle this line is at. It doesn't matter how long this line is or how short this line is. We just need to draw a line. Then we are going to imagine two lines, one parallel to the top of the page, one parallel to the bottom of the page. And we are going to draw a second line parallel to this first line that we've drawn, shifted over to the side. And we want the top of this line to match our imaginary top line and the bottom to match our imaginary bottom line. Then we are going to imagine a line connecting the end of this line to the top of this line. And we are going to draw in part of the way along this line. So we're going to draw a line like that and a line like that, but they're not going to meet in the middle. We are then going to connect the end of this line to the end of this line, and the end of this line to the end of this line. Now, we want these two lines to be parallel to each other, these two lines to be parallel to each other, and these two lines to be parallel to each other. If those three sets of lines are all parallel to each other, you've drawn a good chair. Then, because we want to approximate this structure, we need to fill in all of the substituents. So the axial substituents and the equatorial substituents. And because when we drew this chair, these imaginary lines were parallel to the top of the page and the bottom of the page, the axial substituents will all be parallel to the side of the page. So they will all be vertical. Then the equatorial bonds will all be parallel to a carbon-carbon bond, one bond away. So if we're going to draw an equatorial bond here, this is going to be parallel to this bond here. Here is parallel to this bond. Here is parallel to this bond. Here is parallel to this bond, and that one. Here is parallel to this bond. Here is parallel to this bond. This method will give you a nice looking chair with all of the correct bonds in all of the correct places every time. It doesn't matter how you draw your first line, everything will look good after that if you do this. Good luck.